thatmovieguyUK.
Cinemas may be closed, but we are still going on with VOD, and a lot of new titles will be released through on-demand services over the next couple of weeks and months, and we should be supporting this. One of the first titles that I really wanted to talk about was Dogs Don't Wear Pants, which is now available on Curzon Home Cinema. And I heard about this film quite some time ago. This Finnish film has done the rounds through a lot of the festival season, and a lot of people enjoy talking about it. But for me personally, I really enjoy these like dark comedy, sexual kind of films. I find them very different and enjoyable at times, and Secretary is one of my personal favourites, along with most of Paul Verhoeven's movies. But obviously, being British, we're very prude. We don't like to talk about these kind of things. But I still watch them, but I don't get a kick out of it. I just find it different and interesting. So let's talk about it. Dogs Don't Wear Pants follows the story of Juha, who develops an unexpected but powerful connection with a dominatrix named Mona. Following a tragic event in his life, he has left himself emotionally paralysed. His dangerous addiction to suffocation is reciprocated by Mona, leading them down a wild and crazy path towards emotional enlightenment. Dogs Don't Wear Pants is the sadomasochistic, dark rom-com that we've all been waiting for. And I say that with full passion and commitment to what I'm just saying. The central point of this film is grief, and how Juha actually tries to hollow out a new existence for himself after losing his wife and living with his 13-year-old daughter. He is hollow. He cannot connect with the world at all. He just doesn't see a point to his existence, and he's had no time to grieve. But once he meets Mona, who helps him with this autoerotic asphyxiation, he starts going to this like hinterland where he sees his wife, and from this kind of like guardian angel kind of perspective, he sees this a way to move on, and he sees that with Mona, who he shouldn't really be having a relationship with, but they create this like unholy bond together where they take things to such extreme levels that at times you can't believe what you're seeing, because it feels very realistic. If you watch any kind of like documentary about sadomasochism, this is the kind of shit that you normally see behind the scenes and stuff. It feels real, and you can understand in a way why this has led Juha to like a revelation in his life. But that urge and that need to want to be asphyxiated or various other things that you'll see in the film builds this strange addiction, and that addiction leads to a new lust for life. Director J.P. Valkeapää actually provides a very interesting perspective on this film, where it feels like it's a point of view film from Juha's eyes, but he films it in a wider way. We only see what Juha wants to see. We only see what he is doing. There is no form of judgment. There is no form of consequences to his actions unless he witnesses it himself. There's nobody talking about him. He's leading this life that he kind of wants to, but there's damage limitation throughout this whole process. But there's a lot more wide shots throughout this film rather than the perspective. The only time it becomes a lot more intimate is when we are in this dungeon. What I find so good about JP's kind of perspective is that he uses a lot of blocking and a lot of blurred zoom, which gives a lot more purpose to each of the sceneries that we're going through. And the way that we just feel like we're in such a different world at times within this film that just open it up a lot more. And there is just this interesting colorization through the film. It's just mainly red and black, which I really found unsettling, because it sets the mood for what we are seeing most of the time. And there are sinister elements, and it becomes rather grotesque in phases, and not during these sexual acts at all times. But you just cannot not stop watching it. I think, is it Hitchcock that says that we're all perverts, or is it David Lynch? Is it David Lynch? I can't even remember, but basically we're Or is it Fincher? I can't remember now. Anyway, we're all perverts apparently, and that's why Dogs Don't Wear Pants is such a unique and interesting view. Yuha and Mona are very lovable characters in such a unconventional way. Their solitude binds them together, and they create a very Sid and Nancy kind of connection, but there is a very perplexing concept of love which you don't always see, and this is why I've said that this is the sadomasochistic dark rom-com of our generation, or maybe of our lifetime, we don't really know. But I really enjoy how they worked off each other, and the final the final sequence itself is perfect. I adore it, and I'm not going to say anything else about this film because you need to watch it. Have you seen Dogs Don't Wear Pants? Please let me know what you think, because I'm always interested to know what you guys think about these films. If you are actually interested in seeing this film, please make sure to go to Curzon Home Cinema and rent this film, because it's worth your time. And if you're going to be indoors, you might as well watch some cultured autoerotic asphyxiation cinema. Why not? And obviously, like I said, please support these films when they come out. I'm hopefully going to review Corrida's The Truth next, and then System Crashes is another film that I really want to review for you guys. So there's going to be a lot more content coming out. I hope you guys are staying safe and your family are doing well. Obviously, every country is different at the moment. We're going through different phases of this pandemic, and obviously, if you just even want to talk about films or anything, all my social media is open for you. I'm always happy to lend an ear, or my eyes, I guess, to type back. And yeah, it's at the moment I'm actually still going to work. A lot of my freelance work is kind of frozen at the moment, so I've actually been helping out with the university, helping out the international students that are still actually stuck here because they can't get home. So I'm still around trying to do my best, and obviously when I'm told to stop I will stop, but for the time being it's business as usual for me, but not so much cinema. But cinema can take a backseat while we try and look after each other, so stay safe. And obviously, as we see on the channel, the off-tank obrigado, merci beaucoup, arigato, dakshu, all the shins, and obviously never change. I'll see you soon, bye.